I know. Something is different, and what it is the ring light is not shining on me, so it makes me look a little bit different than I have been looking in recent videos. That is definitely what is different. It is not anything else. It's Rick. I am here with some review/unboxings from Mill Creek Entertainment. We're going to get to them in a minute. A few pieces of news and channel business. We're going to lower this. I don't like the glare is driving me crazy, but the ring light is tucked away. So we're gonna do natural light, and the reflection's going to be in my glasses. So I apologize in advance. So a few channel updates, and then like I said, we're going to get into some unboxings and reviews from Mill Creek. First and foremost, my P.O. box that is normally listed in videos in the description box is closed. Do not, if you were to send something, usually I've had people reach out to me first. Do not send a surprise package to the P.O. box. Probably in the beginning of February, I will be setting up a new P.O. box. I've had a lot of issues with the post office that I've previously used. Not just incoming stuff, but outgoing mail from that post office. So I'm just cutting ties with that post office. I hate to do it, but I'm going to move to a more convenient P.O. box, better hours, all that stuff. So that is the first piece of news. So you'll notice in the description box, there's no P.O. box address. So that's first and foremost. So the old P.O. box, do not send anything to it. It quote unquote does not exist. I put the kibosh on it. So that is the first piece of news. The second piece of news is this video is going to be uploaded tomorrow, which is January 11th, I believe. January 11th, 2021. So this video will be uploaded then. I have an unboxing video that will drop Friday. And then I have one more unboxing video recorded, and I have a bunch of review videos and a few unboxing videos, probably only like 2 unboxing videos to record. So hopefully in the next week and a half, I can get more videos recorded. If not, there may only be one video next week. The other thing I'm going to be recording the end of the month, probably beginning of February, will be my top 10 and bottom 10 movies of 2020. So the reason I wait to do this video is so I can kind of catch up and watch some of the stuff that I missed, stuff that came out at the end of the year, stuff that wasn't available physically. There's still going to be a bunch of stuff that I don't get to watch from 2020. I will make mention of that in the best of video before I dive into my list. And like I said, this year will be a top 10 and bottom 10. Years past, I think I've done a top 15. I may have done a top 20 based on how many movies I saw. This year will be a top 10, bottom 10. So yeah, there's that. And we're going to dive right into these reviews/unboxings. The first 2 movies I'm going to show you are going to come out tomorrow, January 12th, 2021. Along with some other VHS retro titles like Blind Fury, Crossroads. They're all going to be available tomorrow, January 12th, 2021. The 2 movies I have to talk to you guys about are The Freshman, which stars Marlon Brando and Matthew Broderick. This is from 1990, I believe. It was released by TriStar Entertainment. And like I said, it is a VHS retro artwork, so the artwork below is different. And then we will crack this open. There's disc artwork there. No bonus features on this. And the picture quality is good, but it is far from a great. I mean, obviously improvement over the DVD for sure. But still, not one of the best looking Blu-rays ever, but it's serviceable. Definitely an improvement over the DVD and VHS. The Freshman is a comedy movie that basically features Matthew Broderick as Clark Kellogg. He's going off to NYU for their film program, and he he basically gets taken at the train station in New York. A guy offers to drive him for $10. He gets to the place. His parents had given him money before he went away to college, and it was in his luggage. The guy drives away with his luggage and his money. So he's robbed right away in New York. He meets his roommate, played by Frank Whaley, from Career Opportunities. That's what I always think of when I think of Frank Whaley. And so basically, he runs into the guy who robs him again. He said, "I'm going to introduce you to my uncle. I promise I'm going to make it up to you." Well, his uncle is Marlon Brando. And Marlon Brando is basically playing like a comedic version of his Godfather character, Carmine Sabatini. And he meets him, and he talks like this. You know, he talks like the Godfather. There's probably the funniest scene in this movie has to deal with espresso. And I'm not going to spoil anything there. I'm trying to think. Bruno Kirby plays the guy who robs him and the guy who introduces him to his uncle. He hires Clark to basically do runs for him. And the first run, he has to go pick up a Komodo dragon. And that's what I remember from this movie as a kid watching it. They pick up a Komodo dragon, and the Komodo dragon ends up going into a mall and they're basically chasing it through a mall. So that's what I remember as a little kid. But as an older adult now, having seen The Godfather, this movie is actually a lot more funny to me because of the ties to The Godfather. In the film class, they watched clips of The Godfather Part 1 and Part 2. I think, actually, they just watch Part 2. They don't watch Part 1 because he would be in Part 1 looking similar to how he does. So they show clips of Godfather Part 2. And it's just a fun movie. It's not a masterpiece, but it's an enjoyable watch. I'm not going to give anything like a rating in this video. If you guys watch my weekly videos, I'll talk about this and I'll give, the rating there. The next thing I watched, that one I watched by myself, but Bridget and I watched this one because she had never seen it and I hadn't watched it in who knows how many years, 25, 30 years. And this is from 1987, and this is Like Father, Like Son. So once again, VHS retro slipcover. The artwork is slightly different. It's different, but it's the same photo, obviously. So this stars Dudley Moore and Kirk Douglas, and it is a body swap film. It was funny. I was talking to Bridget about all the body swap films that came out in like the late 80s. There was this, there was Vice Versa, there was Big, 18 Again, there was one other one, like all came out within a 3-year span, basically. So, this is a movie. Kirk Douglas is a school student. He's on the track team, trying to date a girl that he's been pursuing. He drives a Jeep that he knows a lot about and fixes up. His dad is a doctor. He had lost his wife. He's a heart surgeon. He's trying to become chief of staff, I believe it is. Yeah, chief of staff. And they're not really close anymore. Kirk Cameron's getting in trouble at school. He's getting ready to go to college. His dad's pressuring him. And they swap bodies and goofiness ensues. Dudley Moore really shines in this movie, but the other thing that happens in this movie that I did not remember is Kirk Cameron's best friend in this film is Sean Astin, from obviously the Lord of the Rings movies, Encino Man, The Goonies, but he plays his best friend. He's hilarious in this movie. This movie has probably, I love when a movie takes, like a PG-13 movie is typically allowed one F word in it. And the F word that's used in this is used by Sean Astin, and it is hilarious. I even said right after he said it, I was like, that's a perfect use of the F word in a PG-13 movie. It was so funny. So, a funny movie. I enjoyed this quite a bit on a rewatch because it had been so long. Like, I'm seriously probably 25 to 30 years removed from watching this movie. Something I watched as a young kid that probably went over my head, most of it. And Bridget enjoyed it as well. Just a fun flick. And, this is PG-13 as well. I forgot to mention The Freshman is a PG movie. This is an hour and 42-minute runtime. This is PG-13 and has an hour and 36-minute runtime. Like I said, from 1987. So there was those two movies, like I said, both available tomorrow, January 12th, 2021. But then there was one other movie that Mill Creek sent to me. And this is one of my most anticipated Blu-ray releases of the year because it's a movie I've been waiting for it to come to Blu-ray. It had been on DVD prior. It had been on HD DVD as well. So I was like, why aren't we getting a Blu-ray? Like, it's on HD DVD. Let's get the Blu-ray out there. And that is Accepted from 2007, I believe. This is 2021. That doesn't help me. 2006. Accepted. This was my first time seeing Jonah Hill on screen when I watched this movie. I went to the theater to see this film when it came out. You have Blake Lively, and then of course you have Justin Long here as the lead. He plays Bartleby Gaines. I almost said James. Bartleby Gaines, who is a high school senior, not getting accepted to any colleges he applied for. And he basically has his friend, Jonah Hill's character, who I cannot think of his name, of course, create a website to make it look like he got accepted to South Harmon Institute of Technology. And you guys can figure out what the initials of that are. And basically, his other friends that don't get into school want to sign up for this fake school. They end up renting like an old psych hospital. And of course, the website is so good that people sign up and get accepted to the school. Everybody's giving them tuition, which is like 10 grand a semester. So they have a ton of money, and they decide that the kids are going to teach themselves. Is a very funny PG-13 comedy. Lewis Black comes in as the dean of students, and if you are familiar with Lewis Black's stand-up, he goes off on tangents. He likes to use profanity. He's actually beeped out, I believe, in the movie because he had already used the F word and then uses it later on, but it's beeped. There's a ton of bonus features on this. So neither one of these releases, they're bare bones, just the films. But this has a bunch of bonus features. We watched some of them. There's deleted scenes. There's gag reel. I love watching gag reels, so I checked that out. There's lots of Lewis Black going off on tangents and messing up his tangent. So Rejection, which is the making of Accepted, which was like 10 or 12 minutes. That was a fun watch. Adam's Accepted Chronicles. This is Adam. I forget. Man, I wish I remembered names in the movie. Well, this character who wants to basically learn how to cook and whatnot, also very weird. Glenn, that's his name. Glenn is the name. So it's like a mockumentary about the behind the scenes with him. There's commentary, there's a campus tour, an Easter egg, so tons of bonus features on this. An hour and 32 minutes, rated PG-13. This movie is hilarious. I'm so excited it came to Blu-ray. I got rid of my DVD right away when this came in the mail. So, plus a different artwork. I had never seen this artwork before. The disc, which was actually the artwork of the DVD. And now that I am showing you that, I never showed you the disc artwork of Like Father, Like Son, which is the same as the slipcover and the same as the regular artwork. So, as always, thank you to Mill Creek for sending me these all over to review. I enjoyed revisiting all three of them. And like I said, these will be available tomorrow, January 12th, 2021. This will be available next week, January 19th, 2021. This looks really good too, by the way. A really nice transfer for Accepted. And yeah, so thank you to Mill Creek for sending these over to me. I'm glad to revisit them. If you guys watch my weekly review videos, I'll talk more about my thoughts on the movies and give them a rating out of 5, which is what I normally do on those weekly reviews. So as always, guys, thank you for watching. Be sure to check out the description box down below where you can find links to my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd, where I rate and review all the movies that I watch. Amazon wishlist, email address can all be found down below. A P.O. box coming, like I said, probably February. I gotta go sign up for a new one. So, but yeah, that is it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe if you guys don't do so already. Hit the bell notification. And yeah, next time I'll have a ring light. So the video you see Friday, I'll probably look more like my normal self. You know, so yeah, that's it. As always, until next time, guys, who's down to movie?